Good morning, welcome to Flat Cat Fettler. Sorry I've not been a bit present on channel, I've been really poorly. Bloody sunstroke, of all things. Yeah, be careful out there, people. As you can see, I still feel like shit, my head's pounding. I run my bike, riding along, I had my levers on obviously and everything because I'm on my Fireblade. I don't get on it without them. And I took my helmet off and everyone were like stood. I were in Hawes, a place up in Yorkshire, a little village, lovely place, spelt Hawes, lovely place. And the road to get there from Settle to Hawes, God's racetrack, unbelievable road. I love going on there, it's mega. Anyway, I took my helmet off, had my levers, unzipped them and just took them off my shoulders, and we sat chatting, everyone as they do. And I thought, fucking hell, my head's getting a bit hot like. So I got under the shade and had a brew. Didn't think nothing of it. Anyway, I rode up through Kirkby Stephen, went into Lake District, come down into Devil's Bridge, did the same again, helmet off, levers off, chatting to old lads and that, you know, having crack. And then I got home and I thought, fucking hell, my head's pounding, absolutely pounding. And yeah, I had sunstroke just off doing that. It's crazy. So I've been sleeping like shite. I've been really rough, really rough. Anyway, today we're back at work. I come back to work, it's Tuesday today. I was back at work yesterday, but I had to go home. I was in absolute fucking turmoil. Anyway, today we're on with a little Daf LF 4-cylinder. It's a 25 plate service and 6 weekly inspection. So I'm going to bring you along, see what you think. Anyway, I'll spin you around now and let you have a look at it. Anyway, here she is. Cracking little truck, this. Very short, little 4-cylinder, 16 tonner. This, 16 tonner. Right, little 4-cylinder. Right, now, as you well know, right, I fucking hate DAFs, right? I think they're shit, especially the tractor units. They're the worst trucks on the road. They're made so bad. But these little 4-cylinders, they're actually all right. But yeah, we all stickers have done it look well. Looks very well. Really smart looking thing. Driver of this at minute is on holiday, I think. I'm not too sure. But it's a 4-cylinder and it's 210 horsepower. Anyway, we've got on us a proper DAF service kit here. So in it is air filters, oil filters, there we go, pollen, air dryer, what's that? Oil filter, that's a fuel filter. What's this one? Another fuel filter. I think somewhere, that could be AdBlue filter maybe. After treatment, yeah. AdBlue filter. And obviously air filter, oil. They don't take mega amounts of oil because it's just a small engine. They're not massive. This as well, excuse me, is a manual as well. But yeah, isn't it smart? I think it's a very smart little thing, mate, this. Cool as fuck. And I tell you what, it does its job really well. It's so good on fuel, it's unreal. So I have warmed it up. So we're on top at cab at minute. So as we're up here, before we start tilting and stuff, I'm going to start putting in pollen filters and all that shit. I've got to find the pollen filter first because I'm not too sure where it is, but obviously I think it's behind here somewhere. So we'll have a look now. Now then, just undone this bit here to get this is a filter underneath here, if you will. But you can't just undo these two screws to get it out. So what you've got to do is unbolt it there, and then that will give you the access that you need to get it out. Now that's not that filter there that I've got. It's a sponge here. So I've cleaned it. There's a bit of fluff on it there, but I've cleaned it, blown it out, and I'm going to put that back in. It's just sponge. So that's going to go back in. It's just there, I think it's just cabin filter that. So it's all, might as well just get it all done, all nice and clean, and then it's done then, innit? So we're gonna move around once we've done this. I'll put this back together now. So all it was a bolt there, but I've got to put this in first, and then this folds up there, you see, like that, and then that can go back there like that. Otherwise you can't get access to it because of the air filter monitor valve thing there. So we'll get this back in now. It's cleaned. We've given it a wipe inside the housing, so we'll see. Also, it goes without naught. You don't need to dog these up to fuck. Stuff like this. Just a quick nip. That's all you need to do. Hand tight. That's all. Because shit like this cracks and breaks dead easy. So we're going to go round here now. We'll spin you around. We're going to change in this fuel filter here. This is the first pre-filter and it's got a water thing here. This measures like the water in the fuel. So it's like a water trap. You're supposed to drain it off here every so often. And it'll let you know how much water's in, because obviously water, fuel floats above water, and then when the water touches the two, it's like two prongs like that, and it makes like a connection if you will. There's a water, and that's what sends the light on. You got a primer here as well. They're exactly the same primers as what's on a Daf LF on the side of the engine for the filter. So I'm going to get this done now. I normally fill them up with diesel, mate. But you can prime it, but I normally fill them up with diesel. So we're going to get that off now. As you can see, it's been on since new, this fucker, it's rusty. So it's going to take some getting off that. Tell you what, it's busy out there today. That's why I've shut the roller shutter. I like to be left fucking alone when I'm doing stuff like this. Don't like to be annoying to death with fucking drivers coming in, or you me going, oh, can you fix this? Can you do that? Anyway, get back to this truck. Daff, obviously, in their wisdom, I've made this so you can lift it up, pull two pins out, and that's it. So that gives access to air filter and that filter there. So we'll get on, we'll do it air filter first because it's a piece of piss. It's just easy, we'll get that done. So yeah, let's crack on. You may notice me using some petrol. And the reason why I use petrol to clean it out inside, you can use air, but air, all you do is just fucking put loads of dust up in air, and I can't be doing with it. So I use petrol and I wipe all the inside out, because then the petrol evaporates. If you use diesel, diesel don't really evaporate as such. It leaves an oily film around and it just gets clogged up straight away. So I just use a bit of petrol. As you can see, this filter is fucking minging. That was well overdue was that. There is, on the actual filter housing, obviously you got to make sure this is at the bottom, because it's like a water drain. But there's like a tab on this corner that sits in to make sure you put it that way. I can't think why you'd want to try it any other way, but there we go. So that's the air filter done, nice and easy, simple job and absolutely essential. So we're going to move on to that filter now, but first of all I'm going to go and get some diesel so to fill her up. These are fucking tight. You only put them on hand tight. You got to be careful with some of these clips as well, because they are brittle. Terrible things. So just press that one in, just check it, make sure there's no green in it. This is one that's should be a bit easier to grab, I think. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's coming. There we go. Simple as that. Rubber seals stuck on. There should be another one there. Is there? Yeah. Right, sorted. So I'll empty this out now. I've got some diesel, clean, normal diesel. Now, personally, I put red in to filter. It's just in filter, it's not in tank, obviously. I'd put red on any service on a diesel, just in filters. But you'll have some dickhead on fucking comments going, oh, you can't fucking do that, you can't do this. You know what I mean? So I had to go and get some out of a truck. So we'll show you that in a minute. There it is. It's normal white diesel. just to stop all fucking marred shits and fucking thing. Don't ever be tempted to take the fucking diesel out here and reuse it. It's a filter, so I'm changing it for a reason, so don't ever be tempted to do that. Right, new filter, diesel, fill it right up. I'll let that just settle a minute, because sometimes it takes a little while to sort through element. But this one seems to be alright. Sorted. Right, screw this back on. Make sure it's all quick tap. There we go. Don't cross-thread it. Screw it on. Just screw on just now. Easy. Now they do need to be tight, but only on tight. You don't need to put pliers on or out like that. Make sure it's nice and clean. That's tight enough. Put your plug in. There we go, only going one way. I'll write on this as well shortly with a date that it's been changed with a permanent marker does the job. These pins that hold this in, but we've got to change the bottom rail because some dickhead earlier yesterday drove into it with a fucking 360 digger and took a big fucking chunk out of it, which is nice of him, innit? So we're going to put a new one in. So that just goes down now, like that. And put those pins in, which are here. Just line it up. Make sure we line it up properly. There we go. Put this pin in. Through to the other side. There. And get us split pin. And we just push that in. There. And it's just same on that one there as well. That's it. That's this one done. So we have got a priming pump, and that's gone. I'd like to prime him. I'll do this again. There's another fuel filter up near where engine is, onto the plastic cover, which are a bit of a pig. You've got to be well careful tightening them. If you don't do this, you'll end up basically getting an airlock. So it'll run for maybe a few seconds and it'll cut off. There is a priming, I think it's a 13mm, it's just there. Feels like a 13 or a 12. So what we'll do once we've changed all the filters, I'll just bleed that through. Give it a good pump, make sure there's fuel coming out of that, and then nip that up, and then we should be good for a start. We'll see. Anyway, let's get on with now. I'm going to tilt cab up now. Start getting underneath. It's worth taking note that when you tilt a cab up on any truck, well, most of them, you lift the front bonnet. I forgot to say that. I did do that, obviously. I left it up from when I was doing filter on the front. The older DAFs, I think it's the XFs, some CFs and some LFs, but manual, where it had this is running on cable for the gear stick, but others do like on a a bar, and you have to put them, I forgot what it is now, it's been a long time since I've done one. I think you have to put them in third when you tilt the cab up, or fourth, bring it back. Something like that, because when you bring the cab down, the cab can catch on the gear lever and snap it. Something like that it is. And when you tilt them up then, they feel like it's not connected, and then you give it a shake and then everything locks back in. So what we're going to do now, let's locate as filters. They're normally on the top. First time I've done one of these, but they're all, it's all the same shit. Little 4-cylinder. Everything might be underneath. We shall see. Ugh. Excuse me. Let's have a look. Right, I can see another fuel filter. It's down there. We're gonna have to get to it from underneath. That's power steering. There. Sorry. What's that? Oil filters, maybe? Yeah, it is. They're both side by side, so there's an oil and fuel filter. So I'll show you them now. We'll go underneath. So there they are. That's oil. This is fuel. That's a fuel filter. These things, it's like the amount of torque you put in them is like minimal. Normally it's written on, I think it's something like 12 Newton meters. It's next to nothing. You gotta be dead careful. I think that's either a 32 or 36, I can't remember. But we've got to change them anyway, and then we can drop oil out of here. But also while we're underneath it, while it's up like this, it's easy to get to, oh, there isn't one anymore, aren't there? So, as you can see, you got grease nipples underneath here. And on the older versions, you got grease nipples on top. So while it cabs up, jack it up to take pressure off the kingpin, and then grease them both up, and then we're right. As you can see, I do 6 weeklies on this, and I make sure I, you know, like, grease everything up properly. But it's just easier. But this doesn't have grease nipples on top. They normally do, they have one there and one here, but this doesn't. So, hey ho. Yeah, great stuff. And then we've got this air dryer filter to do. They're normally dead tight to get off them. They're a right pig for them ones. But yeah, it's in quite good shape. There's no leaks or anything like that. Seems to be quite good, but we'll do a 6 weekly inspection as soon as we've done this service. So we're gonna get some tools now and then undo the oil filter first. Again, it's a 32 this. You've got to be dead careful with these because they're plastic and they can nip up quite tight. So you just got to try and ease them sometimes. Hopefully this one ain't too bad. I've got my oil drainer thing here as well. So I'll just try and set you up somewhere with camera. Right. Oh, it's a bit tight, is that one? Oh, it's fuel, this one, sorry. That's the oil. This is a fuel filter. Let's just put that there. Dead fucking scruffy job. Bloody hell. Good colour of that. Tip all that D-light. There we go. Right, that was the actual fuel filter. So obviously I'm used to working on like Daf XFs on DAFs. I don't really touch LFs that much, but this is why they're a little bit better, because it seems like they've upgraded this part to aluminium, because they used to break there for fun, these, and on the Daf XFs they're on top of the engine as well as all the filters. There's nothing underneath for the engine as such. It's all on top with fuel and the oil filters, and they're in plastic cups that look exactly like that, but they seem to have upgraded this one. So yeah, it just goes to show. I mean, you know, it's like servicing your car really, but just on a bit of a bigger scale. there's no difference. As long as you fill it up with diesel and prime it up and that, there's not really you can get wrong. And even when it don't, they do start eventually, you know what I mean? So we'll just get a filter in that now. But yeah, I'm quite happy that they've actually upgraded that, because like I said, these were plastic, terrible design, and over say 2-3 years of use, obviously plastic starts getting brittle with heat and everything else. And then bottoms, literally, you try and take them off, and they used to just strip off, break off. And then for that, from Daf, because that's the only place you're getting it from, is, for what it is, it's phenomenal money, stupid money. So we'll get that off now. While we're here, we might as well try and go for this oil filter, see if we can get it off the hand. I doubt it. I think I'm gonna have to get the tool for that job, because of where it is. It looks a bit of a twat. So we'll try and get that off now. I've literally just put my hand up to undo the oil filter, and it just, I'm not saying it was loose, but it just went straight off. So there it is, draining. But so I'm happy with that. I think I'll nip it on a bit tighter than what it were, because that didn't take any effort at all to get that off. I mean, I'm happy, very happy. So let's get some filters down here now, and then we can get it all back together. Put a bit of oil around the seal. Some people fill them up, some people don't. I'm not gonna bother. We'll put that up there now. Screw that on. Don't crossfade fuck all with this shit. If it's not screwing on properly, like just nice and neat. Let's just try and get up, give that a better nip. There we go. Sorted. That's that sorted. Need to go and get the fuel for the fuel filter. 1 second. So it's made by Cummins actually, this. I mean, I knew that there was something to do to pack our Cummins in it, but it's got on the side of here, Cummins Safeguard. So, safe, Fleet Guard, sorry. So you get one rubber ring, this is the old one, so we're gonna get the new one. Put that there. Trick to everything, just keeping everything clean. So we should get, yeah, there you go, there's your rubber ring. Put the rubber ring on first. Make sure it's not twisted. Try and put it on without twisting it. Just pull it. So, pull. Don't like roll it down, because it'll twist. And then we try and put it on, it causes all kind of fucking havoc. That side to the top, obviously. Sits in. It's got grooves there. See them grooves. So it just goes. Oh, there we go. There, can't really get it wrong. Put it up with diesel. The good stuff. Because obviously it filter soaks somewhat like when you first do it. Fill it as much as you dare. Basically. A bit round seal. Diesel is oil. It's a dry oil, but it does the same fucking job. Carefully. Screw it on. Literally, with these, you don't have to go crazy. It's like, they come to, when you're tightening them type of things up, same with the plastic ones, they come to like an abrupt stop, like they've hit a solid. You only have to go just a little bit, you don't have to go crazy. And then we give everything a wipe, make sure we're good. There. That's that sorted. Right, that's 3/4 inch drive. Right, 1 sec, we're just gonna get me a ratchet. Right, we'll crack this off. There we go. Lovely messy job this. There we go. Let it drain. Bit concerned because this drain's quite slow. It's filling up quite quick. Might have to put my finger in just to slow it down a bit. We'll see. I think there's only between 15 and 18 litres in them. Compare that to an XF which has like 42, 43, maybe 44 I think, something like that, I can't remember. Something along them lines, isn't it? I like to just keep wiping everything, making sure everything's nice and tidy and clean. We'll let this drain and get back to you. So I've put 10 litres in through the top engine because that's quick and fast. We've tilted cab back down now, and now we're going to put the rest through the filler neck. It's just steady away. I forgot to show you, I forgot to tell you, I did change the rubber O-ring for the drain plug. You get one supplied, so why not change it? So yeah, that's it really. We're going to do the air dryer now, fill it up with oil, make sure it's right, do the air dryer and the AdBlue filter. The air dryer filter is one of them filters that people just go out be right. Now, I've fixed a few trucks and the consequences of not changing that filter when you're supposed to, in my opinion, is detrimental. Because all the system, your pressure sensors, everything corrode. You'd be surprised at how much fucking water it drags in, you know, from the outside atmosphere. It's unreal. So yeah, we'll fill this up now, and then we'll crack on. We'll do the air dryer filter next, but I won't film that. I'll just, you know, I'll show you after it's done. Put you on quick time lapse now for this oil fill, and that's it. Fucking hell, that were a long drawn out process. That's why I putting 10 litres in on top of engine on rocker cover is like seconds. This took fucking hell, about 10 minutes. It just goes down so slow. Anyway, it's on the money now. So we're about ready really for a start. So we'll see. We'll just get round here. Just prime this one more time. Generally when they go hard it's he says yeah, right, that should just nip that up. Let's see, hopefully. The thing is to this, obviously we just drained all oil out of it, so there's no oil in filter or anything. So I've started up, let it build up oil pressure. Should fire up straight away. Oil lights out, that'll do. There we go. Yeah. Sorted. Just leave it ticking over a minute.
just in case there's any airlocks. A lot of people, some people should I say, do the fuel filters first, fire it up, and then they rev it up to get rid of all airlocks. If you do it properly, there's no need to do that as such. But I understand why, and then they do the oil afterwards, because oil, you start it up, leave it ticking on, let it build up oil pressure. You start revving shit up straight away, straight from fucking no oil pressure, you can do a lot of damage. So now we're going to do AdBlue filter, which is in there somewhere. Like I say, I've not done one of these, so the components, everything that makes it up has been the same for years. But what manufacturers do is put them in different locations and maybe update some bits and bats, and that's it. But apart from that, it'll be exactly the same type of parts that you have on an 06. Well, not an 06 maybe, but you know what I mean. Something a bit newer. So we shall now, I'll leave this ticking over for a couple of minutes. We're going to get a brew, and then we'll get this cover off and do this AdBlue filter. Let's crack on.
Right, we've run into his first problem. So, this is a Webb gear, and obviously Webb don't think about that you need to service his fucking truck. So, there's one bolt on top, one bolt on bottom, and there's two here, and you just can't get in. You just can't get in. It looks like you can, but you can't get in, even with small ratchet, even with little ratchet. You can't get in at all, which is fucking handy, innit? I mean, look at that, how close that bolt is there, touching. Sorted out, Webb, you fucking shithouses. Shocking that. Anyway, I've undone two. I'm gonna pry it back a bit, and we can get in there, hopefully, and get that filter change there. That's where it is, so we should be have enough space to get in. So, let's crack on. Right. I ain't got my camera stand, so I'm having to make do with bits of stuff, so every minute being held up with a fucking tape measure on a toolbox. So, there we go. I hate this stuff. AdBlue's fucking horrible shit. Horrible. Hopefully, that's the same filter. More like it. Sometimes they come with plastic cover. They do. Sometimes they do. There we go. Lubricant. There we go. Right. Get this back up. let's get these back on. I'll get back to you. Bastard things. Fucking hell. That were a club to get on. Do you know why? Because basically what they've done, Webb, is had to move this plastic thing over because of this here. Because they fitted all this in. Because when you buy a truck from DAF, it doesn't have anything on. Nobody, it's just a chassis cab. Then it goes to like Webb or wherever it goes to get it, what you want to do here. And they've pre-drilled another hole in this plastic here so they could fit it all in. I found that a bit cowboyish, to be honest. Yeah, especially when you've paid serious money. I think it were 110,000 with this truck. It's a lot of money, that, isn't it? 110, you know, and they do shit like that. It's just, I find it a bit shocking. Another thing as well is that like the paint job's shit. It's just peeling off. Look at that. Webb's painted that. And another thing that I've noticed as well. Look at that. How it's just kind of wrong, innit? You know what I mean? It's just peeling off. Shouldn't be. Should be made proper. You know, like I say, it's a lot of money, this truck. And that's what they're going to fucking do. I don't think it's right, that. Anyway, that's just me. So we're going to get this air dry filter on now. And then, yeah, that's the full service done. And then we're just going to do a quick 6 weekly. I'm not going to film that. All that is just basically fucking tapping around wheel nuts, making sure they're all right, making sure discs and pads are okay, old joints, ball joints, all that fucking shit's good. It's like an MOT. That's all it is. It's like a safety inspection. They've got to be done. Personally, I think they should be done every 6 weeks. I think you can carry them up to like something silly like 12. Now, there's some trucks that hardly do nothing, and I understand that. It is what it is. Personally, I think it should be every 6 weeks, because it's only like 40 quid for an inspection. And if you're running a truck, that's just fucking part and parcel of it. It's simple as that. You'd rather it be right. Because you go past DVSA, and I was like, well, they're just doing the job. No, they're not. Some of them are absolute wankers. They're perfect. But then again, I've got some that I've come across, you know, and they've been fucking right good lads, cracking bloke, you know, and they just want to make sure everything's right, like, you know what I mean, and they've been right, they'll work with you. But there's some of them that are just like, you know, they haven't been shagged off the wife or the fucking fella for fucking ages, and they're taking it out on every cunt, like, you know what I mean, and they'll pick anything. Really pathetic stuff as well. It's just ridiculous. So, and there's a certain person in Northwest, how someone's not fucking killed him yet, I do not know. I'm not going to mention his name. He's a DVSA officer, comes round, fucking looking and making fucking ruptions, basically, justifying his job. And he's a right piece of work. And if you've ever been in trouble with DVSA up in Northwest, you'll have heard of him. I don't need to say his name. I don't want him either. It's like, he's a fucking shithead, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Take it or leave it, I don't care. Anyway, people, I'm going to leave it at that. It was just a quick thing just to show you what I'm doing, that's all. I've got to somehow now get this, I've got to phone up VTL now to get this brake tester fucking fixed. Got the cell's gone down on it, which is fucking great. So now I'm going to have to take this truck, once I've done the inspection, get a loaded brake test, because every 6 weeks now by law you need a loaded brake test. Which is right. I think that's completely right, mate. Definitely, because a lot can happen in 6 weeks. So I'm going to check this truck now. I have full confidence it'll be fine. There'll be no issues whatsoever. Quick inspection, do the paperwork, and that's it. She's ready for driver when he gets back. Yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed and maybe learned a bit of something. Anyway, until then, people, I'll see you.